Okay, now we're going to talk about individual defense. The first thing we're going to talk about is defensive stance. Being in good defensive stance is vital for two reasons. One, it gives us an opportunity to be in an athletic stance that helps us move and stay in front of the offensive player, but also players that really do a good job of staying in defensive stance tend to be intimidating to an offensive player. So it can also help play an advantage for your team mentally as well. Sean here is going to help show us defensive stance. I'm going to give him some tips here on how to play good defense. First off, Sean, your feet, we want your feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Okay, we want to be nice and wide, a little bit wider, okay, to a spot where we can move both side to side. We don't want to be so far apart that we're doing the splits. Okay, but we want to be wide enough that we have a good wide base. Okay, you're going to bend your legs so that your legs are almost parallel to the floor. Okay, good defenders play down in this area right here. Okay, they're not standing up; they're down in good stance. Okay, his knees are over his toes, as you can see here. We want his back straight, his chest up. His chest is going to be facing the offensive player. And then lastly, as far as arms, when we're doing just basic defensive stance, we want one arm out, and then we want the other arm up in the air to contest a shot. So right now, Sean's got his one arm down here. His other arm's going to be straight up here to contest a shot. That way, if a shooter here is getting ready to go up into a shot, Sean's there to contest that shot. Okay, and that's basically all the basics to defensive stance. Okay, now that we've talked about defensive stance, we're going to talk about defensive slide. Okay, a couple tips here. We want to make sure that we stay down in stance as we're moving. When Brock's going here in just a second, he's going to show us that as we move across the court, we stay down at the same spot we were. We don't want to get in the habit of being down really low, and then as we move, we start to stand up. Okay, we need to stay down the entire time we move. Also, the movement that we want is we're down, and we step and get wider and then slide our back foot here into the original position we were in. Okay, so we want to get wider and slide back in. Point your lead foot the direction you're going and slide this back foot coming up. Brock's going to show us here defensive slide, and then I'm going to show you a couple things that we don't want to do. So Brock, go ahead and show us some defensive slide. Okay, get down, stay down, good. Okay, now when you're coming back here, Brock, I want you to show us a couple things that look bad here. Do not ever cross your feet. Okay, if you cross your feet, you're not in a good athletic position to play defense. Also, make sure you don't gallop. Okay, you get players that will gallop. Brock, show us a gallop. Okay, when you gallop, both your feet are off the floor. So make sure your players aren't galloping and that they do not cross their feet. Okay, now we're going to talk about the skill called shepherding. Okay, when we're in defense, we want to control the direction the offensive player goes. The way we do this is by putting one foot higher than the other foot, basically giving a player one side. Generally, coaches, this is going to be giving the player their weak hand. Okay, so if we've got a player, we're going to say the DJ here is weak going to his left. So we're going to tell Micah we want you to shepherd him to his left. When he does that, he's going to put one foot forward and one foot back, okay, forcing him to move the direction as we can. So you see here he's got his left foot forward, kind of taking away the right side here, and he's given DJ his left, okay? Now, we want to make sure we're using proper defensive stance, and we slide all the way here to the sideline. Now, we're going to imagine that the lane line here is the sideline, okay? His ball side hand should be down, ready to pick at the ball. If DJ exposes the ball, Micah can pick up at that ball and maybe get a steal. Okay, his trailing hand, his weak side hand is going to be up, being active. Okay, that way if DJ picks up his dribble, we might be able to deflect the pass. Okay, so go ahead and give me a defensive slide to the sideline and freeze. Okay, freeze. Now, Micah has shepherded DJ all the way over here to the sideline. In the event that DJ were to change directions, I'm going to have DJ step out here so we can all see what Micah is going to do. Micah has now shepherded DJ over to a sideline and cut him off. He's going to do what's called reverse pivot and open up here. Okay, and now he's shepherding the player back to his right hand. Okay, and that's basically how we shepherd. Make sure that when we switch directions here, my trailing hand's up, my weak side hand's down, I plant my foot. When I switch, now my lead hand here, it has switched, and I need to get my ball side hand down, my trailing hand up. Okay, the first defensive drill we can do to reinforce defensive stance and defensive slide is just a defensive slide drill where we have a player start at one line and end at the other line. Coaches, you can use the length of the cord, you can use the width of the cord, whatever you feel comfortable with, even half cord is fine. But what we want to do is really focus on telling the player to stay low, keep their back straight, keep their knees bent, okay? Make sure that they've got one hand up to contest, one hand out to deflect passes, all right? No galloping, no crossing your feet. Brock's going to show us how this is done. Just a basic defensive slide, no offense. Go. Now we're going to practice our shepherding. We're going to work on planning and opening up. The way we're going to do this is just a zigzag shepherd defensive slide. So Brock's going to slide from this corner here up to the elbow, back to mid-court here on this side of the floor, and then he's going to work his way to the opposite elbow and then back to the corner, okay? The entire time he's doing this, he needs to stay low, not gallop, don't cross his feet. When he reaches a sideline, one of these points here, the elbows or the mid-court, he needs to plant his feet, okay? Reverse pivot, open up, and make sure he switches so that his trailing hand is up and his lead hand is down. Okay, Brock's going to show us how this drill works. Go. Okay, once your players become comfortable with defensive slide and shepherding and opening up, we're going to add an offensive player. We're just going to go about 50% here on offense, almost like dummy offense. We're going to go zigzag between this sideline here and the blue line, the second blue line that you'll see here. Okay, what Brock's trying to do is stay in front of his man, stay low, shepherd his man from left to right as we go here. Okay, again, this is more of a focus on defense. Now, offense, we still want you, take care of the ball. We want you to, make sure you're using good change of direction moves, get some work in as well. But our speed needs to be about 50%. Okay, so this is one-on-one shepherding. Here we go. Okay, the last individual defense drill we're going to do is just one-on-one to the basket. What we want to do here is Sean's going to work on his defensive stance, defensive slide, and possibly even some shepherding here. His goal is to get DJ to shoot a shot he doesn't want to take. DJ, we're going to limit him by telling him he gets 2 dribbles max. That way we're being aggressive attacking the basket. We're not taking 5 minutes dribbling all over the place. He gets 2 dribbles max, and then he needs to take his shot. Okay, when the shot goes up, we're going to have Sean block out. Okay, the rotation for this drill is the player that's out, Micah, is then going to come in on offense and fill DJ's spot, who's currently on offense. DJ's going to go to defense, where Sean is right now, and then Sean's going to step out to the back of the line. So we're going to take a look at this one-on-one to the basket.